A fighter jet of British Royal Air Force that made an emergency landing at Thiruvananthapuram International Airport, reportedly following shortage of fuel, continues to be stationed here even now. It was a couple of days ago that an F-35 fighter jet of British Royal Air Force sent distress signals, and after receiving clearance from India, made an emergency landing at Thiruvananthapuram. At that time, newspapers and official Twitter handle of Indian Air Force said the plane was forced to land at Thiruvananthapuram airport because of shortage of fuel. The fighter jet was actually stationed at HMS Prince of Wales, which is an aircraft carrier of the United Kingdom, which is now in the Indian Ocean. So there was also a report that it was because of the inclement weather that F-35 fighter jet found it difficult to land on or return to HMS the Prince of Wales. But of late, reports appearing in local media say the fighter jet has got some glitches, and a team of technicians from British Royal Air Force are now undertaking maintenance works of the fighter jet. But anyway, the presence of a fighter jet at Thiruvananthapuram International Airport has sparked several rumors and speculations. Probably this fighter jet and the carrier ship arrived in Indian Ocean to help Israel in the war with Iran. Let's take a closer look into the whole situation. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. It was a couple of days ago, around 9:30 p.m. at night, that the F-35 fighter jet sent some distress signals. It was received by the air traffic control of terminal at Thiruvananthapuram International Airport, and following which the government of India gave clearance for the plane to land at Thiruvananthapuram Airport. Reports that appear in Kerala media at present say the fighter jet was accompanied to Thiruvananthapuram Airport by fighter jets of Indian Air Force. Then it landed at the airport. Every facility was made for that. And at the very next day, the newspapers carried the reports that it was because of shortage of fuel that the F-35 fighter jet was forced to land. So it was also reported that after all due clearances, the fighter jet will be allowed to take off after refilling. But it didn't happen. Even after refilling, the plane didn't take off. Now, newspaper reports say there are glitches on the plane, and there is a team of technicians from RAF who are doing maintenance works, and afterwards the plane will take off. Meanwhile, the pilot was replaced, and another pilot took his place. He is still stationed at Thiruvananthapuram International. The original pilot returned to the mothership or the aircraft carrier by a helicopter sent from the aircraft carrier. So this is the situation. There have been many speculations about that. The pilot refused to leave the fighter jet. So it was very difficult. He wanted to stay beside the fighter jet. He was given a chair to sit there beside the jet. And since this is the monsoon season in Kerala, heavy rains are going on. And eventually the original pilot who flew the plane to Thiruvananthapuram was forced to take refuge in a room inside the airport, the terminal building. So that raised several questions. Why he was so reluctant? Was he afraid that there could be some issues or the F-35 Lightning is one of the most modern fighter jets of the United States and the NATO. So there is every chance that even though India gave permission for the fighter jet to land at Thiruvananthapuram airport, the technicians or those who do inspections, they may be they may understand certain technical issues of the plane, and it could lead to several problems for the F-35 and the Lockheed Martin or the British Air Force also, because no plane will be allowed to take off without proper inspection by a team of experts from Indian Air Force. So by that way, they could make out something about the modern avionics or radar systems or other systems of the fighter jet. And anyway, when the fighter jet landed here, they might have realized many things about the fighter jet. So these are things which are often kept very, secret by the Air Force that owns the fighter jet. So that might have landed the pilot in a dilemma. So perhaps it was because of that he refused to live by the side of the fighter jet. And eventually, now anyway, I'm sure that India will not allow the plane to take off without proper inspections. And reports say a team of technicians from India that team is also assisting the maintenance engineers of RAF who arrived at the site. So this has sparked other speculations also. There have been many reports that the F-35 fighter jet has been hit by some Iranian missile, and it might have suffered some damage out of that. So there are such speculations also. Then, of course, there could be that has not been verified, but anyway, we don't know what really happened to the fighter jet. So this is the first time that such an incident has happened. Meanwhile, the whole issue points to many other things also. For example, if there is a full-fledged war between Western forces, Israel, the Western forces, including Israel, the US and UK, they may find it very difficult to carry forward their mission without the help of India. Because, Iran cannot be dismissed as a terror organization or a small state. The war between Israel and Iran won't be like a war between Israel and Hamas or Israel and Hezbollah. So suppose a British carrier group or a US fleet arrives in Indian Ocean, there is every chance that Iran will counterattack, and in that counterattack the US fleet or the British Navy will suffer damages. In that case, the only country in the region which has got the capabilities to at least to do some life-saving mission is Indian Navy. So India is the only country here which has got such prowess. The Pakistan may be a close ally of the US, but I am sure that Pakistan won't be extending such help. And moreover, Pakistan Navy doesn't have the power to respond to the distress calls of US Navy or the UK Navy. And in case of some humanitarian crisis, the first responder is going to be Indian Navy. So these are all the informations or the aspects that we need to look into in case of a full-fledged war between Iran and Western forces. So without the help of India, they may not be able to carry forward their mission. So the emergency landing of F-35 here at International Thiruvananthapuram Airport makes all this very clear. India has got many well-equipped airports along its western coast. Thiruvananthapuram is one, then Kochi is there, then Mangalore in Karnataka state is there, and in Goa it is there, they are there. India has got, an array of ports also. The newly commissioned Vizhinjam International deep sea port, it is capable of even accommodating the biggest aircraft carrier. So I'm sure that the Western countries will have to enter into some kind of understanding with India if they are to carry out any operation in this region. This particular incident has underlined that fact. Meet you with updates in the coming days. Till then, goodbye.